the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014. There's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today we've got a fun AFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the New York Jets. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
There's Nick Folk ready to put this one in the air. And we are underway from MetLife Stadium. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. They'll be led out by the former Cal Bear, Aaron Rodgers.
Almost certainly a future Hall of Famer, and he's still seeking the storybook ending to his career. But he had patience, looked around, took his time before choosing his team, and boy, are they glad that he did, because he still has a lot of juice left despite being 41 years old. Finishing the top 10 in passing yards last season with nearly 4,000 yards and touchdowns as well with 28.
And that to the 30. It'll be second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
2nd and 7. Rodgers going to throw. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down.
And I think he was a little surprised to see the ball sitting out there like that. That's a ball he had a chance to come away with, but it winds up an incomplete pass.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Rodgers. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down.
Well, 3 and out to start the game would have been a real disappointment, so this is a nice job of finding something you think will work and executing it. And they're able to keep this opening drive going.
On play action, it's Rodgers. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Warren. The gain of 5. And it's second down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
He'll get this to his tight end. It's John Smith. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 23. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
Again, they'll throw with Rodgers. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that's going to bring up second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Now 2nd and 5. Now it's Rodgers. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
8th play of this opening drive coming up. This is 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. first.
A gain of 7. And the Steelers first down.
I'm not sure he falls under the category of mobile quarterback, but he's athletic enough that if you don't keep your rush lanes intact, he finds a way to hurt you.
As coaches like to say, I wouldn't call him a burner, but enough there in the tank. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge, maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
We'll talk about a rhythm breaker right there. They've been moving the ball well. Drive had started beautifully. That one's going to hurt.
It's been a pretty long opening drive. This will be play number 11 coming up on third down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And he wisely will throw that one away. So 2 third-down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a fourth down.
So on fourth down, the Steelers call on the number of Chris Boswell for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here come the Jets for their initial possession of the game. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And normally when you talk about a quarterback on his 3rd team in as many years, you're worried about this kid's potential. But in this case, Justin Fields has plenty of it, and he flashed it big time during his short tenure in Pittsburgh. Now he has an opportunity in New York to be a full-time starter once again, and the Jets are excited about his potential.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on first down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
From the 29, here's a 2nd and 7. Straight ahead is Hall. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Eluding the pressure right. Fields, we know he has the good mobility. He flashes it there as he scrambles for the first down.
That's good for a Jets. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
2nd and 10. Fields. Over the middle and complete to Wilson. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 10 yards is the pickup. Good enough for a Jet first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
From the 50, here's Fields. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. I thought there at the end he may have had a chance to release that, but that pocket closed a little too quickly, and down he went.
Yeah, he was certainly trying to do everything he could to extend the life of the play, probably counting in his head 1, 2, and then he ran out of time.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Hall want to give up the middle. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got to hook up to Lazard. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
So on 4th down, out comes Austin McNamara to punt for New York. The back deep for the Steelers is Calvin Austin. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Steelers.
They finally caught up to him there at the end of the play, but great inside handoff, and what a powerful run.
The first few yards seemed relatively easy. Then it got tougher, right? And that's where he showed that he was not going to go down easily. He was not going to be denied until he got everything he could out of that run.
And he's across midfield from 149 to the other 49, a gain of just 2.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Rodgers. And that one going to be off target and incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
Now Rodgers. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
Here's Rodgers to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warren. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 12-yard line. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. And that's a gain of 6 on the first down run.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
2nd and 3 with the ball sitting on the 5. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown.
Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Aaron Rodgers, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers are able to extend their lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Chris Boswell now for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter.
Steelers 10. Jets
So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's finished off with a 5-yard touchdown run.
Chris Boswell to kick
So
off
an
for
early
Pittsburgh.
10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The Jets take over.
Back onto the field come the New York Jets for their second drive.
26-yard line.
They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. He'll start on the ground, Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. T.J. Watt, always a disruptor, there to blow that play up.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Back to throw, Fields. This one finds Wilson downfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down.
Jets, first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Here's Fields. That's taken in, complete to Reynolds. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Jets, first down. First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
A handoff for Hall. Skirts by him at the 35. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Fields now to throw. That's complete to Lazard. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A 5-yard pass on the heels of a 5-yard run. Good enough for the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On play action, Fields. Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. A shotgun snap, Fields. Wilson's got it complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Hall. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Now Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Reynolds. And the Jets are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
And coming into this ball game, this was an offense that wasn't just talking about the notion of ball control. They were preaching it. They wanted to win the time of possession battle, and they've done so here. This drive's taken up quite a bit of the first quarter. Now they are set up 1st and goal.
They'll run with Hall. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Here's Fields. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Now Fields on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Breece Hall from 4 yards out. And the Jets are back within a score. Well, we know he has decent hands out of the backfield. That's the first time, Charles, they've targeted him in the passing game, and it pays dividends.
And I love the design, too, because they kept him in the backfield, made the defense think run first before they swung him out of there. And you're right, with his hands, they might want to throw it to him just a little bit more.
Nick Folk for the point after. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Steelers
That
10,
one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it was capped off by a touchdown pass to Breece Hall. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now. But this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's second down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Throwing is Rodgers. Complete to Austin here over the middle. First time these two have hooked up this afternoon, and it's a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, Steelers.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. On play action, it's Rodgers. That one complete down the field to Smith. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. 48 yards.
And the offense is saying to itself right now, if only they were all this easy, because he was wide open. And once he made the catch, plenty of room to work his way downfield. That was a breakdown on the defensive side of the ball, one that they want to fix immediately.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Calvin Austin from 10 yards out. And the Steelers are able to widen their advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Boswell for the extra point. It's good to make it 17-7. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. And New York set to take the field. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. A play fake, now Fields to throw. He'll find Taylor, that's complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Play action. It's Fields. Oh, he's going up top for Wilson. That is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now it's Fields. And he'll find Hall. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
That's good for Jets. First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd
Right up to that
10.
point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Fields. Caught. It's Wilson. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. That's hard to do because you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards it.
Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
To throw is Fields. His throw incomplete. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
on for the extra point is Folk. And this is up and good to make it a 17-14 game. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was all capped off by the Justin Fields touchdown run. He took it in himself. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Aaron Rodgers in the offense heading back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On play action. Now Rodgers. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Now run straight ahead with Warren. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Throwing now is Rodgers. That is caught. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Steeler first down.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
A handoff for Warren. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 8. Straight ahead, it's game 1. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Rodgers. And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
And that is not what you expect from a receiver of his caliber. Sometimes you get a little ahead of yourself. You don't look it in, and all of a sudden it's on the ground. A surprise to all.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. And that is very well done there as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
And it really becomes a tale of 2 play callers, doesn't it? The offensive guy, he's in sync. Everything's working pretty well. For the defensive
what's going on the defensive side?
That's a tough one because he's prepped all week as well, and he can't get a bead on exactly what they're doing right now. What he needs is...
Oh, he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety. And that was a little tough to watch. You kept thinking he might be able to get away, then you watched him just keep going further and further backward.
Just fall down. Just fall down at some point instead of getting driven back into your own end zone. That play's definitely not salvageable. You end up costing your team points.
So after that safety, now a free kick situation forthcoming as they punt it away from the 20. Fielded just inside the 20. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. Looking to put a drive together. Now it's Rodgers. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who could make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers. To the right side and complete to Metcalf. So give him 2 yards there on the completion. 3rd and 7 now.
And it's 3rd down.
So 7 yards from the 1st down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Now Rodgers. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
16 yards. 1st down, Steelers.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On the give, it's Warren. Now he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. To throw, it's Rodgers. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. It'll go down as a gain of 6. And now it's 3rd and 4.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. And completes it again to Metcalf. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely. Maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
A 54-yard attempt.
Boswell's kick is good, and that'll push the lead up to 8. So when you factor in the safety, this now a 5-point swing.
And look, I'm not going to turn away a 5-point swing because 5 points, that's valuable. Don't get me wrong on this. But if they could have taken that safety and added 7 to it, now you're talking about a really big swing.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Another go-around now for the Jets offense. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
Looking to put a drive together. Off play action, Fields. Wilson's got it on the crossing route. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. First down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
From the 42-yard line, here's second down and 7. Back to throw, Fields. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
One thing you hope to see out of a rookie tight end is a real concentration when the ball's in the air, and I'm not sure that he didn't, but he has to be prepared for people making a play on it when that ball's up for grabs.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Now Fields. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
A gain of 12 yards. That's good for the Jets.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 in the first.
No shortage of impressive moments for him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Here's a give to Hall. And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Out of the gun, Fields. Over the middle, and that's to Taylor, the tight end. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 16.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Allen. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2. They'll run, it's Hall. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Breece Hall with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Jets are back within a couple of the lead. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today it's track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Extra point up and good by Folk. And this is now a one-point game. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Steelers offense and Aaron Rodgers getting set for their next drive. And he's had things all his way in this first half. The numbers sensational as he'll look to add to them with another drive here. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
On play action, Rodgers. Wide open receiver complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
They made that way too easy for them. No one is supposed to be that open against an NFL defense. Once he caught the ball, there wasn't anybody close enough to stop him. And he was able to continue downfield after making the catch.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Rodgers going to throw. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. DK Metcalf. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Steelers are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point now by Boswell. And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And New York set to take the field. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. Looking to put a drive together. The tight end in motion right. He'll give it to Hall to start the drive. And the stiff arm made it a pretty little run. Not a huge gain, but a nice chunk of yardage.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it. and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he is going to lose yardage here. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt, I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Jets on third down. They have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Fields now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play.
That's a big conversion there on third down because they did not want to give the ball up here late in the half. They'd love to take the clock all the way down and score. This will definitely help the cause.
Here's Fields. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now it's Fields. He'll find Reynolds over the middle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. To the air again, Fields. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up 4th down.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Steelers offense and DK Metcalf getting ready to go back to work. And it may be time for this defense to start throwing a second defender his way because whatever they've done, it has not worked in this first half. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And just inside of a minute left, Charles. They got a pretty long field ahead of them. I'm curious to see how they play this, but you would think definitely enough time to at least try to get 3 out of this.
Yeah, you want to move with a nice sense of pace. You want to up the tempo a little bit, but you have to do it with some poise as well. You don't want to go so fast that you hurry yourself into mistakes. There's enough time to put points on the board if they do it right.
And even though they have the lead, you know that they would love to extend this lead before heading to the locker room. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Over the middle, pass caught by Warren. So the completion good for 7 there. And it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Play action. Now it's Rodgers. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Warren. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
But whenever you call and run the hitch route, a lot of times that ball's got to be in the air before the receiver even turns around. That's the result of throwing it so many times in practice. Is really a timing route. Make sure that ball's out of your hands, and oftentimes the receiver turns around, and there's the ball. Nice completion there.
Here's Rodgers to throw. That's caught. He gets it out to Austin. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. Rodgers to throw once more. Open man, that's the tight end fire move. And that's going to be another first down as the tackle made at the Jets' 21. 4 seconds left, and there's the timeout. In field goal range and a chance to tack on 3 before intermission. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
35-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. 1 second, all that remains. This one finds Wilson downfield. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So halftime straight ahead. Let's get you down to the Sunshine State and Scott Hansen with our EA Sports Halftime Report. All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here. These 2 defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads at intermission. These offenses, they have had their way so far. The Jets going to get the football first, and they trail as well as we get back underway in this second half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. The Jets offense and receiver Garrett Wilson ready to get going again. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, they trail here, though not really the fault of this offense.
No, they certainly did their part in the first half. But when you're in a shootout like this, you definitely want your defense to play better, but you know that's out of your control. All you can do, keep putting points on the scoreboard and keep giving your defense opportunities to make stops.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. In motion right, that's Wilson. Slant pass has got Reynolds. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
They'll give to Hall. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. From the gun, here's Fields. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Fields, such an athletic quarterback, gets him the first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first down.
This is Hall. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's in. Touchdown, Jets. Justin Fields, a 21-yard touchdown run. And the Jets have cut it back within a score.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
So the Jet offense staying on the field. They're going to go for 2.
The Jets will line up for a 2-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he's not going to get in as a try for 2 comes up empty. So they will be unable to cut this to a field goal as the differential remains 5. Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. They juked him. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Steelers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. But, Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where they can try to get momentum back. Maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll run it, Warren. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Now 2nd and 9. Throwing now is Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 45-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. So in Jet territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now Rodgers. Now wasted time going right back to DK Metcalf. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Here's Rodgers. Throw left side complete. That's Warren. And that's going to be another 1st down as the tackle made at the Jets' 24-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Now it's Rodgers. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that 1st down run.
And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there. But that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Shotgun now for Rodgers. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Will McDonald gets in there to take him down.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? Throwing is Rodgers. And that will be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now Chris Boswell for the Steelers field goal try. This a 27-yard attempt here. Boswell's kick is good. And that'll push the lead up to 8. So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it. But the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. 68 yards rushing for him now on 17 carries.
First down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
Back to throw, Fields. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front that's prepared for him to try and take off.
Now we're at the 41, second and 9. A shotgun snap, Fields. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third.
He certainly did his best to find something on that run, but there just wasn't enough time to make it happen. Nice effort there, avoiding the sack and getting back to the line of scrimmage. That one certainly could have ended up worse.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on third down. Out of the gun, Fields. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Got to try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on second down and 11. Here's Fields. Over the middle, complete. That's Reynolds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face a third down.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
Now Fields. And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. Fourth down. It's rare that a receiver of his caliber would drop one pass, but that's now 2 times he's had his mitts on one and lost it.
Yeah, and I don't think that they're going to lose confidence in him, though, because of the track record. Such a good player, maybe having a bad game, but I think they'll still go to him in a critical spot.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this is going to work out well as it's out of bounds near the 13-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, That's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll run straight into a wall of tacklers at the line of scrimmage. It's second down. And a stoppage here. We're going to need to take a moment as a Jet was shaken up on that one. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here's second and 10. Rodgers going to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. To throw is Rodgers. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First down, Pittsburgh.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Here's Warren. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. 44 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on first down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
Now Rodgers. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
And that's a really good job there defensively. They went into this possession knowing that they needed to get a stop. They're in a tight ball game, and they got it done. Great work to force the 3 and out. Got the football right back for their offense. They've got to go to the sidelines feeling pretty good about themselves and encouraging their offensive mates to get some points.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It'll be a net of 40 yards following a punt of 44. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense and Garrett Wilson headed back out. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Now it's Fields. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Running left, it's Hall. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They call that a loss of 6 yards. And it's 3rd down now.
That was a good illustration of setting the edge as a defensive end, being able to make sure that you stay on your feet no matter what type of block, and you're not going to get pushed inside. stayed home, skated to the outside, and made the play.
On third down, here's Hall. And a short pickup here as he'll get up to about the 22-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, they got off the field on third down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Here's the Jets punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. On play action, it's Rodgers. And this nearly an interception, but it's incomplete. Well, a turnover really would have helped him there, but not to be.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
On the run, it's Warren. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
4 receivers on the field. It's 3rd and 4. To throw, it's Rodgers. Got his man, it's Warren. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the 1st. That'll go as a pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. 1st down, Steelers.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Now a run to Warren. And he'll take it across midfield down into Jet territory. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Warren, absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now they go from 2nd and 2 to a tough 3rd and 4. Rodgers now to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Steelers 1st down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Gotta credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag coming in. This could be a first down. Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there, I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
you were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Before they can snap it, time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's Steeler football, and they have the lead as well as we begin quarter number 4. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Play action. Now it's Rodgers. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line, 2nd and goal. Warren. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
And that right there is a definition of a statement drive. You're in the 4th quarter, trying to get to the finish line, and here they were able to hold the ball for a long time and move it down the field. And how about them finishing it off with the touchdown run? Winning football 101, check that box.
Boswell for the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Fields. This pass out wide to Hall. And down he'll go at the 25. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on third down, Fields. Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's fourth down.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. Now Austin. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And they will take over first and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Now, there are two scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First down, Pittsburgh.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, fourth quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching Atlanta, our apologies. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play, second down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Looking to put a drive together. Now Hall to start the drive.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Now an option play on second down. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a third down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. nowhere to go.
They'll run with Hall. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A third down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
First and 10 at the
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
Fields now to throw. That's into the hands of Reynolds. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Well-timed effort by Darius Slay. A sack on the corner blitz. That time, finally, a measure of revenge as they get him down behind the line.
It almost felt like relief, didn't it? Because with the success he's had throughout this game, you'd almost expect him to get free and pick up 10 to 15 every time he takes off. Not in that case. That has to feel good for the defense.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Fields. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To throw is Fields. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they've been run ragged throughout.
And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Looking to throw. Fields. And the Jets are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Breece Hall taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Jets are able to cut into that deficit. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
And now in a 9-point game, they'll still just need to go for 1 here. As this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Makes the score Steelers.
A 10-play drive that time. And it was capped off by a Breece Hall touchdown run. Folk now set to boot it after his guys put 6 on the board. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back Jalen Warren headed back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped to the backfield. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Now, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away, trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And the Jets will take over. New York ready to go again offensively. And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt, and now a chance to tie the game on this possession. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That's a nice job there, foiling what all offenses try to do, which is control the defensive end in the running game. They want to get to the outside, and if he keeps himself free, stays on his feet, he can make a play just as he did there.
On 2nd and 12, Fields. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. T.J. Watt causing the disruption. He gets the sack. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Fields. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
And that's a play that's not uncommon on 3rd and long because the offense is just hoping that somehow they can get a guy in space and follow some blockers downfield. Does a pretty nice job there getting a few yards, but he ends up getting stopped before he can get the first down.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Now fair catch is called for and taken at the, we'll call it the 37-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Throwing now is Rodgers. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Now it's Rodgers. And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Will McDonald able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now the Jets offense gets ready to head back on the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Officially, they'll call that a 9-yard pickup there, and it leaves them in a good spot here. 2nd down and inches upcoming. They stay on the ground with Allen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed great penetration as they stuck that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he is going to have a Jets 1st down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
And if you're keeping an eye on the box score, that last run puts him over the 100-yard mark for the game. And this defense has just had all sorts of trouble trying to keep him under wraps, both passing and running.
Back to throw. Fields. Past the 20. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Garrett Wilson, 42 yards. And the Jets have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
Big play coming now for the Jets as they'll set up to go for 2.
The Jets will line up for a
Fields trying to throw for it. And he's got it. The conversion good, and we are tied in the 4th. Still time to work with on the clock, but they wanted the tie now, and they got it.
And I love their aggressiveness. Go ahead and get it done, get the game tied. Now your team has the momentum, and you're staring across the field saying, let's see if you can match us.
Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the fourth as the kick's away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, they no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the fourth quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Looking to put a drive together. Here's Rodgers. That's caught right side. It's Warren. A good convergence there defensively. Only a yard, and it's second down.
Nice job by the defense figuring that play out and holding it to a short game. But I don't think the offense is going to be daunted. They actually accomplished their goal there. Now they've got them aware that they can throw a screen at them, maybe to slow the pass rush down a little bit, and they can throw it downfield.
Now Rodgers. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Rodgers going to throw. And that is incomplete. Defensively, mission accomplished. And now with under 3 to go, they may be the last team holding the football.
They may very well be the last team holding the football, unless, of course, you're facing a group that is really aggressive offensively and may want to take a gamble. But theoretically, you've done your job now. You should get the ball back on a punt, but I'd be alert for a fake.
The Waitman now to punt as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And now out come the Jets. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Looking to put a drive together. They begin the drive on the ground well. And able to elude one tackler, but only gets this back to the line of scrimmage. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. Now Fields. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Back to throw. Fields. That's caught by Wilson. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
And this is obviously a spot where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Here's Fields. That ball caught by the rookie from Georgia. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's 1st down. They'll run with Allen. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Second and 6 coming up. They keep it on the ground. Allen again. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Here now, 3rd down. Now Fields. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now we've got a stoppage for an injured player, and that appears to be Garrett Wilson, who is shaken up on the play. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Here we go, 1st and goal. Now Allen looking for a seam but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Complete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
Incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Here's Allen. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line. A gain of 3 yards brings up 4th and goal.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So here now is the kicker, Nick Folk. 2 seconds on the clock. This for the win. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through. And the city will be alive tonight. The Jets have won it. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring, and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.